Hello students, welcome to the chemistry sessions, and it's the time for the questionnaire round. So I hope you all have revised what we have covered under the IUPAC nomenclature. You need to practice a lot many questions to have a good hold over it. So I would like to discuss the IUPAC nomenclature NEAT pattern exercise. So it's pretty simple, somewhat related to what we have in CBSE, and it's quite logical as well. So let's start up with the question number 1. What does the question number 1 says? You need to find out the IUPAC name of the given compound, and how do you proceed? That is the main thing in IUPAC nomenclature. So what do you need to do? You need to first of all expand the structure, write the structure on your own. You do not go by the figure that is given. That may be confusing. So you need to first of all write the structure. So we are writing the structure. Here we have got an aldehyde group, as you can see, a ketonic group over here. So let us just try to write the structure down. So it is CHO, we have got an aldehyde in the very beginning, followed by CH, and there is a methyl group attached, along with again a ketonic group and a carbon which is doubly bonded here. Let me just write off the valencies. So the valencies would be CH, double bond, CH, and finally CH3. So that is how we are going to write the compound over here. Now you just need to number, but as per the preference order. So as per the preference order, the aldehydes must be given preference. But over here if you see, there is a double bond as well. So what will be the preference order? So I hope you all remember that the preference order is the functional group to be given the most preference, then double or triple bond. So double or triple bonds, followed by any kind of substituents attached. That may be halides, that may be any methyl, phenyl, etc. So substituents. So that is how we are going to actually have my preference order. And amongst the functional groups, aldehyde is always given up the preference. So we have got the answer over here. I need to number in such a manner that I assign number 1 to the aldehyde group. So that is how we are going to do. Now I just need to have the name. The name would be, there is 3-keto, so there is 3-keto, that is the prefix name for the ketone, and I have got 2-methyl as well. So these are the substituents which are attached. Now as per the alphabetical order, I need to assign 3-keto first. So let us just check in the options. Is there 3-keto? Yes, we have got 3-keto in the 2 options. Now I need to assign 2-methyl. Yes, there is 2-methyl. The main difference lies in the assigning of the double bond. So in one is 4, in the other one it's 5. So let us just check. We are getting 4-ene. So that is how we are going to have the preference order: 3-keto, 2-methyl, hex. Okay. On to the 4th position it is. So hex 5-ene ul. Ul stands for aldehyde. So that is how we are going to mark out the correct answer. So A is the correct answer. I hope you all have got the idea very well. So let us just now move on to the next question. So here is the next question. It says, so as per the given compounds and as per the given names, I need to check which one is according to the IUPAC nomenclature. I need to check, okay, which one is not according to the IUPAC nomenclature. That means which one is incorrect IUPAC naming. So I need to check that. I have got option A, B. So just observe the options. I have got option C as well as option D. So that is all. Let us just check the options one by one. In the first very option, so the double bond must be given preference. in comparison with the substituent here. So it would be 1, 2, 3 and 4. So that is how we are going to number. So it would be 3 bromo, not 1 bromo as given in the case. Here it is given 1 bromo, but we need to assign number 3 to the bromine. So at the first very site, this option is incorrect. Now let us just also have a look at the other options. Over here, I have got again the longest chain will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is the longest chain. You can check all the kinds of possibilities. You will be getting this very chain as the longest. That means hex. It is correct. And what do next I have? I have got, so either I am going to number it from the left to, from the right to the left, or I am going to number from the left to the right. So what is the correct option over here? I need to number it from right to left. Why? Because as I number from right to left, 3, 4, 5, 6, so there will be the lowest possible numbers given to the substituents over here. That means 2 methyl and 4 bromo. So 2 will be assigned to the meth and for this as bromo, or I can just write methyl completely. As I number from the other side, I get the set of numbers for the substituents as 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. That means I am getting 3 and 5. So which should I choose? I should not choose this. I need the lowest possible set over here. So it would be this. So I hope you all are getting it. That means I need to assign 4 bromo and 2 methyl as per the alphabetical order. So you just need to remember little things over here in order to name a compound. So 4 bromo, it's very correct. 2, 4 dimethyl. Now, how many substituents are there for the methyl? It is over here as well as here. So 2, 4 dimethyl. It's very correct. So that is also correct, and this option is very correct as per the IUPAC nomenclature. So let's now move on to the next very options. So I hope you all have got these two. So let's have a look at the other two. So in the other two, what do you see? Again, I need to assign the lowest possible set to the substituents. So it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and not the other side. So I hope you all are getting the idea. So add the 2, add the 3. Add 2, it's methyl. Add 3 is phenyl. 2 methyl, 3 phenyl, absolutely correct option. Now let's move on to the last one. So what do you have over here? Again, I need to assign the lowest possible number to the substituents, but there is no substituent over here. That means I need to first of all focus on the functional groups. So what is the terminating functional group over here? That is the carboxylic acid, and we all know as per the preference order for the functional groups, the carboxylic acid is given priority instead of the ketones. Where is the ketone present? Here is the ketone present. That means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. 6 means hex, I have got it. Hexanoic acid, I have got it. 5-oxo. That means that is nothing but the prefix name for the ketonic group. It may be keto, it may be oxo. So it's one and the same thing. 5-oxo. So that is absolutely correct again. So as we analyze all the options, which is the incorrect one, the first that we had taken up was the incorrect IUPAC naming over here. And what is the incorrect thing over here? I would have started numbering from this very side, but they have taken up from bromine side. That is very incorrect. So I hope you all have got the answer. It's A over here. Now let's move on to the next question. What do we have next? A very simple question. The IUPAC name of the compound, I need to assign again the IUPAC naming. These questions seems to be very interesting. You just need to have one logic. You just need to have one preference order remembered, and you get the answer. So over here, I need not expand this very structure. So what is the answer? Either I'll be start numbering from this very side or from this very side. So where do I need to start numbering? So as I told you, if you have followed up my sessions, so I told you that double bond is slightly preferred over triple bond. Not in all cases, but if it is required, so double bond must be given the preference. So over here I have got a triple bond, I have got a double bond here. So I need to start numbering from right to the left. So that would be 1, 2, 3 and 4. So that is how I am going to number it. So it would be on the first very carbon I have got ene, on first very carbon I have got ene, and on the third I have got ine. So on the third I have got ine. What else? It is 4 membered, that means but. So do you see any kind of an option which is resembling these 3 terms collectively or collaboratively? So if you see on to the first option, I have got 3 butene, that means on to the third they have mentioned ene. Is this correct? Not at all correct. I have got 1 ene. That means where is 1 ene? 1 ene, let us just search out. Yes. On to the last option, it's 1 butene. Very correct. And what else? 3 ine. That is also correct. So finally we have got the answer. It's truly simple. That is D, 1 butene, 3 ine. So you may be thinking that there is another kind of a way to write this very name. Yes, definitely. We can also write this name as but 1 ene, 3 ine. So that can also be a possible name for this. Otherwise, we can write 1 butene, 3 ine as well. That is also correct. So I hope you all have got the idea. Let us just try out the next question. The question number 4, what does it say? So again a similar kind of a question that we have already discussed. What do you need to do? You need to again expand the structure first of all. Expand this bond line formula to have a simpler version of it. So there is a methyl, CH2, again CH and a methyl attached over here. Again a similar kind of a scenario. And what is this? COCl. That is what? That is acid chloride group. So I hope you recognize it. That is acid chloride. And what kind of a suffix we use over here? We use oil chloride. So the suffix for that is oil chloride. So I hope you all are able to recall the concepts. So that is what we want to do. So oil chloride, where is the oil chloride mentioned? Oil chloride, oil chloride. Okay, in the 3 very options I have got it. So I have eliminated one possibility. Let's move on to expanding the structure first. So I have got CH3, so just draw it with me simultaneously. CH, again a CH3, that is how we are going to expand the structure, and that is the structure. Now it's super easy. I need to just figure out the word root. So I'll be starting off with the functional group itself, carbon number 1 to this, 2, 3 and 4. So that is how we are going to number. It's super easy. Now what do I need to do? Add the 2 and 3, I've got dimethyl. So 2, 3, dimethyl, and what else? It is 4, that means butanoyl chloride. So I've got 2, 3 dimethyl, butanoyl chloride. So that is how we are going to do it. Okay, now I have missed out one carbon over here. If you see, I've got 2 carbons. So let us just draw that or correct that first of all. So here that would be CH2, okay, Let me just draw that with the other color. Now it is very correct. 3 and 4 and 5, that is the entire chain of pent now. So it's pentanoyl chloride. So it would be pentanoyl chloride. So that is what the answer, the complete answer should be, 2,3-dimethyl pentanoyl chloride. Let us just search out the option. It's very much evident it is the last option. So we have done it very correctly. So 2,3-dimethyl pentanoyl chloride is the answer. So I hope you all have got this idea very well. So let's just move on to the next very question. So what does the next question says? Again, a very simple compound. You need to just what? You need to just expand it. So despite of expanding it, because it does not have any kind of functional group, I can do it just like that. So let us just have an idea. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 carbons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 carbons. That means I've got my word root, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now the question is either from this direction or that direction. So that must be very evident that if I start numbering from this side, I get the lowest possible sets to the substituent. So that is how we are going to do it. Let's just do it directly. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and finally 8. That means oct. Here if you see in the 3 options I have got oct. I need to eliminate the 2 possibilities now. So at the third I have got methyl. So at the third I have got methyl. At the very fourth I have got ethyl. That means what? As per the alphabetical order, I need to mention 4-ethyl first. Where is the 4-ethyl? Okay, I have got the answer. 4-ethyl, 3-methyl and octane. So that is the answer over here. Very correct. I hope you all have got it right. It was a very simple question. So now let's move on to the next question. So what does it say? Okay, we have done this kind of a similar type of a question before as well. So what does it say? If you look at very carefully, I have got a double bond, I have got a triple bond. I need to assign the IUPAC name again. So what do I need to do? I need to just check the possibility whether I need to have from left to right the numbering or right to left. So that is what we need to do. So if you know the preference order, double should be preferred over triple in some of the cases. Not all I am asking about you, but in some of the cases I need to take out double bond as my prime possibility. So it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. It's a pretty easy question. So where do you have 1 and where do you have ine? I need to have 1 ene and 5 ine. Along with what? Along with hex. So I need these 3 keywords. So can you check? It's 1 hexene. Yes. And 5 ine. Okay, now definitely we have got the answer over here, 1 hexene 5 ine. It's a very simple question. I hope you all have got the idea. We eliminate all the other possibilities because it's 1 hexine. That means on to the 1 they have numbered as ine. That means they have started the numbering from right to left. That is very incorrect. So you need to have a proper numbering as per the proper preference order. So I hope you all have got this. Let's now move on to the next very question. Question number 7. Now again I need to check up for the incorrect IUPAC name. So what do you see over here? I've got 2 options. Just observe this carefully. Next is another 2 options I've got. That means 4 options out of the 4 we need to check up. So let us just start from the bottom. So here I've got a compound which should be named. How it should be named, that is the question, either I can go from right to left again or left to right. As per the alphabetical order, that means if I go from right to left, we get 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I go right to left, there would be 2 bromo and 3 chloro. But if I go from left to right, it would be 2 chloro and 3 bromo. So if I go left to right, it would be 3 bromo and 2 chloro. So what is the correct possibility? So as per the alphabetical order, I need to assign the lowest number to the first alphabet that is appearing. Out of B and C, B will be on the higher side. So that is what we need to have. This very possibility is correct, and as per the question, okay, here's a mistake. It's bromo, single M, so it would be 2 bromo, 3 chloro, butane. So I hope you all have got this right. This very IUPAC naming is absolutely correct. Now let's move on to the other one. Here what do we have? Here we require certain expanding. So let's just expand the structure and check for the answer. So whether they have given the correct answer or not. So that is how it is done, the expanding is done. Now I need to again assign what? The word root. So word root should be, now here the triple bonds, double or triple, as I told you, are preferred over the substituents. What is the substituent over here? That is the methyl group. That means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it would be 2-ine. Is it 2-ine? Yes, 2 pent-ine, 5 carbons, that is also correct. 4-methyl, that is also correct. So that means this name is also correct. I need to find out the incorrect one. So let's check out the other 2 options. The answer would be lying in those 2 options only. So what do I have? Now, if I look on the option number B, I have got what? At this very carbon I have got methyl, that means starting with M. And this very carbon having starting with E. So again, as per the alphabetical order, I need to be numbering from this very side. So it is 1, 2, 3, 4. That means 2 ethyl must be there. And what else should be there? Yes, it's 2,3-dimethyl pentane. So is this one correct? They have mentioned 2,3-dimethyl pentane. That means how many number of carbons? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now let us just recheck the question. Can we have a more longest word root? Yes, we can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So as per their answer, pentane is very correct. And I need to assign 2,3-dimethyl. Is this very thing correct? So if I try numbering from this side, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So on to the third, it's methyl. On to the second even, it's methyl. So that means they have given the lowest possible number to the locants, to the substituents, as well as they have assigned a proper word root to the chain. So I hope you all have got it, that this very answer is also correct. Now there is only one possibility left, which would be our answer. That means this would be incorrect. So let us just check out. So what do? They have got 2-methyl-3-butanone. So as per the preference order, I need to be preferring the functional group instead of my substituent. But over here they have preferred the substituent. Lowest number given to the substituent instead of what? Instead of 3, which is given to the own ketone. That means it's very incorrect order. What should be the correct name for this? It should be 3-methyl 2-butanone. So as per the IUPAC nomenclature rules, this must have been the correct answer. So I hope you all have got it. We have analyzed each and every option particularly. So let's move on to the next very question. So the next question over here says what? So it's a typical question and a very good one. IUPAC name of the compound I need to assign. So can you see a double bond over here? Again, a geometrical isomerism has come up. So what do I need to do? First of all, I need to have whether it is cis or trans. So for that, what do you need to do? You need to first have a preference to the groups. So instead of E and Z, they have mentioned trans. So that is also very okay. That is no problem. So in the two, there is very much evident that out of the two, I need to assign number 1 to this iodine and number 2 to this ethyl. Very much evident and super clear to you. Out of carbon and chlorine, again chlorine will be on the higher side, that means the priority 1, 2. Instead of EZ, I could have mentioned trans and cis as well. So that is also correct. Let's move on to the options now. This is nothing but a trans first. Now what? Now I need to assign first of all a word root. What kind of a word root? I need to assign the longest carbon chain. That is also we need to do here. So if I go by this direction, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so over here, if I go 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So 3 is iodo. 3 is iodo. What else? 4 is chloro. So I hope you all are getting it. The geometry is slightly changed, but it is actually a very simple question. So 3 iodo, 4 chloro over here. If I start by this side, what do I have? I have got 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. That means 2 chloro, another set is 2 chloro and 3 iodo. So what kind of a set do I need to have over here? Definitely having the lowest possible numbers to the substituents. So that is what we want. Let us just have a look at the options. I need first of all trans, that means these two options. Then I need 2 chloro and 3 iodo. Is it possible somewhere? 2 chloro and 3 iodo, definitely, and 2 pentene. This is also correct, they have mentioned. So I hope you all have got the answer very right along with me. C is the correct option over here. So I hope you all have got this. Let us just now move on to the second last question, which is IUPAC name of the compound. Again, I need to assign. If you look and observe the question very properly, you will see there is no functional group present, no kind of a double or triple bond, that means no unsaturation. I just need to assign the lowest possible numbers to the substituents attached. So what are the substituents over here? So I have got 1 second methyl and the third methyl. That means if I start numbering from left to right, what do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. So 2, 3, 7 is the set first. Sorry, 2, 3, 6. And if I go by the other side, that means right to left. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 and 7. That means 2, 5, 6. Another set is 2, 5, 6. So which option do you want to go? To the lowest possible set, definitely. That means this is the correct answer. So I need to just find out the proper numbers over here. This option is absolutely incorrect. All the 3 options I need to analyze now. 2, 3, 6 must be given to the 3 methyls. That means 2, 3, 6. That is our answer. trimethylheptane, very correct. So all of these we eliminate the possibilities just by numbering the substituents. So I hope you all have got this very well. Number B is the correct option. Let us just now move to the very last question of this very questionnaire. So I hope you all are enjoying the questions, very interesting. IUPAC has always been an interesting one. So the number 10th question we come up, IUPAC name of this very compound. So what do you observe over here? I have got so many things over here. I have got a substituent, I have got an aldehyde, that means a functional group, I have got a double bond, I have got an OH. So as per the preference order, aldehyde is always on the upper side, is always given the priority versus alcohol. So I hope you all remember the preference order. So let us just assign the numbers then. Number 1 definitely given to this, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So I need to have first of all 4-hydroxy. In which all options do you see 4-hydroxy? In these two options. And what else? I need to assign 2-methyl. So where do you see 2-methyl? Here we have eliminated the other possibility as well, 2-methyl. Finally pent, because we have got 5 carbons, and on to the second I have got a double bond. That means pent 2-ene. Do not forget the functional group here, 1-ul. So that is what we need to have over here, and this very option is incorrect because they haven't mentioned the ene here. So that is how we are going to eliminate our possibilities and taking out our answer, digging out our answer. Number B is the very correct. So I hope you all have enjoyed this very questionnaire. It was super easy, along with we have discussed so many kinds of concepts. We have revised so many concepts, that is most prominently the functional group order first of all, and the functional group substituents and the double bond order, that is also one order. And also one thing what we have observed is the preference to the substituents. Lowest possible set must be given to the substituents. So that was the whole idea in all of these questions. So I hope you all have enjoyed the session. I'll be again dealing with you guys in the next session with some more questions related to it. So till then, have a good day.